guys, welcome back to my channel and my name is Nee. In today's video I did a makeup tutorial on how to do this look. It's kind of a makeup tutorial slash get ready with me because I'm going to a brain rot party. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to learn how to do this look then please keep watching. Okay, starting with my bare face, I'm going to go in with some milky toners. This one is from Surly Max and I use it all the time. It's so good for hydration for my dry and dehydrated skin. And as you can see, I have eczema, so my skin is literally so dry. I'm getting ready to go to a brain rot slash internet meme themed party and I don't know what to expect. I wonder if you can guess what I'm dressed as based on my top. I will say though, my costume isn't that good, but I didn't really want to buy anything for this party. I'm going in with the Numbers in Number 3 serum. I really want a hydrated base because it just feels really good under my makeup. Now my face looks like an egg. And I'm also kind of nervous because I've never met anyone at that party other than the friend that I know whose birthday it is and her boyfriend, so it's gonna be a little nerve-wracking, but I'm going with my boyfriend too, so it should be okay. I have someone there that I can rely on if something is awkward or something, I don't know, but it should be fine. You're probably thinking brain rot theme party, like what the hell, but if you meet my friend you will literally understand like that is such a her thing to do. Now I'm going to be using the Clio Cushion Foundation in the shade Ginger. I love this foundation so much. It's such a good finish and super light and comfortable. Asian cushion foundations are amazing for giving you that skin-like natural finish, whereas full coverage foundations I find are thicker in consistency, which gives a full glam finish but has a tendency to look cakey. Okay, now that that's all blended in, I'm going to go in with my cream products, and this is the Milani cream bronzer. I love this cream bronzer a lot because it's super blendable, and I really put a lot on because I don't want to look pale, and also I think this cushion foundation is a slight bit too light for me. Sometimes I find myself looking pale in photos. That could just also be lighting, but I just like to put a lot on. My makeup style I would say is a mix between Western and Asian beauty because I don't really like to make myself look pale or dull like. I just kind of follow what naturally suits my features, and that happens to be Asian beauty, but I wouldn't say I do too much of like the Asian beauty standard. Like I do egg style, like the fat thing under your eyes, but that's just because it helps shorten your mid face, but I don't do it to the extreme where my eyes look puffy or like I've been crying all day or I've had the fat surgery, you know, like I just keep it to a minimal. And then I also don't make myself pale. I like to pack on a lot of blush. Next I'm using the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Happy. I've literally had this blush for ages and I just take one dot on the edge here and then it's enough for one cheek. I literally got this when it was first trending, which is a good, like, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, and it's lasted me so long. I kind of do want to get rid of it because I want to get a new shade, but I'm also not one for consuming a lot of makeup, so I don't really want to buy more blushes when this one is working fine and I like it. I do want to try their other shades though. They have like a mauve-y one, I'm not really sure the name of the shade, but I just feel like mauve really suits my face and my complexion. I think I am actually a deep autumn. That's only based off of my observation that I think I look best in khaki, navy, kind of brown shades, and I also think I have a very low visual weight, but then again this is all me analysing myself. I have no conception of what I look like. It does look like I packed on a lot of blush, but throughout the day for some reason it kind of just fades away, so I like to put a powder blush on top just to kind of set everything in. As someone with a long face and a lot of cheek area, I like to place my blush on the apples of my cheeks and then blend it up towards my eyes so that there are no harsh lines, and also kind of blend into my bronzer so that it gives a more cohesive look. Now I'm going in with this Judy Doll contour palette. It's literally so pretty. I love colours like this, and then it has a really nice mirror and some cool tone bronzer shades, not bronzer shades, cool tone contour shades. Cool tone contour shades are so hard to find because they always tend to lean warm on my skin, and I think just in general a lot of them lean warm because people get them confused with bronzer anyway. But it's perfect for creating a snatched nose and creating that shadow rather than it looking like you have mud on your face. I'm also making this tutorial, I forgot to say, because my friends have been kind of asking me for it. A lot of them, they wear makeup, but they either think that they don't know what they're doing or they feel like their makeup isn't makeuping. So I decided to make this video to help them because they thought it would be helpful. And also I have like younger cousins and stuff that are starting makeup, so it might be good to, you know, teach them a few things. But not that I think that my makeup is like amazing in any sense, but I've been doing makeup since I was maybe 13, 14, so I feel like I have the hang of things. It's been on TikTok already, but I feel like a lot of people just need to wear more makeup. Like if you think you have enough concealer on, put on like extra. Now I'm going in with the collection powder, and you just kind of put that in your T-zone or anywhere that you know you don't want to crease. It's good to press the powder pad on the back of your hand or on the lid of the powder. That way there's an even layer of powder on the pad and prevents cakey patches of powder clinging onto your skin. But also to just lock everything in place, and I kind of just put it everywhere, and then throughout the day the oils of the foundation and your skin kind of come through anyway, so then it marinates the makeup and for me personally makes it look better, and I think that's especially needed if you have oily skin. Now for eyebrows, as you can probably see, I have like a balding eyebrow on this side. I don't know why, but occasionally some parts of my eyebrows usually just go away. I think it's because of stress, but it's such a weird like stress response that my eyebrows just disappear, and it kind of makes me look pale and ill, but you know what, it's okay, I just cover it up with makeup. I'm brushing through my eyebrows because sometimes like powder and makeup and foundation gets in your eyebrow hairs, so then if you use some kind of wax, eyeshadow, pomade, it will like blend in with the foundation or concealer and then make like a grey type shade. This is the Etude Drawing Eyebrow Pencil from yesstyle, and I like that it's a thick pencil because I can get my eyebrows done quicker. But also when the pencil is too thin, yes, it's better for like precision, but I don't really ever draw specific eyebrow hairs. I just fill my eyebrow hairs in, and I'm not really looking for like a super defined eyebrow, like 2016 eyebrows on fleek kind of eyebrow. So I kind of like it fluffy, natural looking, and then I just fill it in so that even like when you're looking from above, like there's no empty spots anywhere. Here I'm just following the natural shape of my eyebrows. They're kind of straight, so it's like drawing two straight parallel lines and then curving in the middle. I start at the middle to ends of my eyebrows, filling it in the most, and then taking the excess product that's on the end of my spoolie and brushing it through the start of my eyebrow just to give it a bit of colour, but not too much because I don't want my eyebrows to look blocky. Sometimes if I feel like my eyebrows look too thick or too bushy, then I'll go in with concealer, but I don't really actually use concealer, I use foundation. Another pro tip is to use your foundation instead of concealer, because what tends to happen is people use a really light concealer shade to line their eyebrows, and then you end up having like a block of just lightness here, and it kind of like emphasizes your brow bone and like your eyebrow. Also, if I haven't plucked my eyebrows and things in a while and my eyebrows are looking bushy because of that, not because of like the way I filled it in, I kind of just brush over the eyebrow hairs like that. And you have to really make sure that you blend in the concealer around your eyebrows and not to put too much product at once and then just kind of blend up, otherwise you'll see there like it kind of highlights the eyebrow. If you place a lot of product directly above your eyebrow, it's hard to blend it in and you'll end up with like a line of foundation or concealer. So a trick I like to do is place the product quite far away from your eyebrow and then slowly move the product and blend it down towards your eyebrow, and then eventually clean your eyebrow with some sharp lines. I'm gonna use eyeshadow to fill in this patch here just because it's kind of annoying me how uneven my eyebrows are. I used to exclusively use eyeshadow on my eyebrows, but that's why I went through a thick slug black eyebrow phase. A good tip if you have black hair like me is to mix it with a brown and black shade, so that way it's kind of lighter. I thought I was recording and I wasn't, but basically I'm happy with my eyebrows now. And a tip that you can do again to like make sure everything is blended here and you don't have like a line of concealer is to get your bronzer brush and just kind of briefly go over it like this. And then I did eyeshadow and I used the Nature Republic palette, and it has this mauve and brown shade that I mix, and then I just get any kind of fluffy, for me I use a flat brush just because it fits my eye better, and then you just buffer it in and blend until it looks blended. There's no patchiness, there's no areas where there's more color than one. And some people do like to use a lighter shade like to start off with so that there's an even base, but I find if you set with setting powder you don't really need that step. I don't really know where I learned makeup from. I kind of just watched a lot of makeup YouTubers, but I never really searched tutorials on how to do this, how to do that. I kind of just picked things up and then tried and errored on what looked good on my face. Now I'm going to do eyeliner, and I kind of like to tightline my waterline. And an important tip I'll show you in a second. Okay, super zoomed in now, but as you can see I tightlined my waterline, but can you see my lash line is still pretty much empty? That kind of creates a disconnect between your eyeliner and then your eyelid, and it kind of doesn't look that good. So what I like to do is I take my eyeliner and I just brush under here. And I don't know if you can tell, but I just filled in the bottom and in between my eyelashes, and it looks so much better in my opinion. You obviously can't get all of your waterline, but it just creates like a more connected eyeliner. And then the end of my eye ends here, but if I then just went straight up, it would really shorten my face and make this part of my face look wide. So I like to bring it out a bit and then keep it kind of down and out rather than up and straight, kind of like that. All done. I can't really do eyeliner on camera, but it kind of follows, like when I smile it follows that line. That's where I like to keep it. And you see it's kind of just straightened out and a little bit curved, and it also makes the outer corner of my eye look like it's kind of here rather than right here. Makeup is all about illusion. And then I curl my eyelashes with this yesstyle curler, and I do this step before I put eyelashes on because my eyelashes are straight. So imagine my eyelashes are straight but my fake lashes are curved. Sometimes there's like a gap. When I'm lazy and I don't curl my eyelashes literally look like this from the side. And then if you don't have black eyelashes, the mascara is important to put on before you put fake lashes on so that it blends well. But again, this step isn't really too necessary because my eyelashes are already kind of black. But it's a good step to also further darken your waterline with the, like you did with the eyeliner. I need to slightly redo my eyeliner because my eyelash color took some of it off. Then I take this super small brush, and again this brown shade or the one from the contour palette, and I just create an egg gel. And to do that I kind of just smile, and I already have one naturally, so I follow that. But personally for me, I don't like it too dark, so that's okay. And if you ever do make it too dark, just either keep blending it in or use some setting powder to kind of pat on top. I did indeed make this one slightly too dark, so I literally just go over it in powder. And it kind of goes away. And then I use this Pera like glitter pen. This one is okay, but I used to have one from Clio that I absolutely loved. It was the perfect shade. I kind of like it champagne-y, not too gold, not too silver, not too glittery either. This one is slightly too glittery. Depending on the kind of makeup day, I also like to put a lot of dark eyeshadow here just to make my eyes look a little more smoky. And if I want like really smoky, I'll go on top of the glitter and kind of on my waterline. Like so, and then it kind of adds darkness under my eyes, and I don't really have long, what do you call these, bottom lashes, so I can't put mascara on them to darken my under eye, so this is like a good way to balance out the darkness. Pretty much done. The final step I need to do is put eyelashes on and do my lips. Eyelashes also make a really huge difference on what your makeup looks like, depending on if they're, you know, manga lashes, wispy lashes, thick, thin. Like I really find that I look different over the years, and I look like a different person in my photos over the years because of my eyelashes. But I think I finally settled on these ones. They're from YesStyle, and they're kind of like manga style, but they're literally perfect. Thin band. They don't look like you have 3 eyelashes like this, and they're just really cute, and the perfect amount of fluffy and wispiness. I can wear them daily, but I feel dressed up when I wear them when I go out. And yeah, I would highly recommend getting eyelashes like this. And for eyelash glue, I use this one by Superdrug, and it's black and it doesn't stay sticky. I think I don't know what that brand is called. put it here. I literally forgot what it's called, but I used to use it all the time. But they used to make a black eyelash glue and it was perfect, but then now the ones that they have, they discontinued that one, and now the ones that they have, they just stay sticky throughout the day and they're really hard to remove. So this one is perfect. It's like, it dries kind of like latexy, and then when you're done you can just peel it off with your eyelash, and it's just really easy removal, really easy putting it on. And I use black again so that it blends in with my lash line. I can use clear, but sometimes with clear it clings onto like your powder or foundation and then it turns orangey and you can kind of see it in your lash line. And also I just find that clear eyelash glues don't stick that well, so I personally like black ones more. I'm just peeling the glue off of my eyelashes from the last time I wore them, and I think it's pretty common to reuse your eyelashes, and I just kind of reuse them until as long as they last, because sometimes when you're doing this or you're cleaning them, like I like to clean them with micellar water just to make sure there's no like excess makeup on there or glitter or anything, but sometimes I end up pulling it apart or the micellar water breaks something in the lash band and it just all falls apart, and then I just like to take a thin layer and go all around the lash band, and then I put that one down and let that one dry whilst I do the same to the other one, and that gives it time to make it tacky so that it's not sliding around on your eye all the time. I don't know if my camera's picking it up, but there's actually so much construction everywhere, so I think the last part of this video is just going to be construction sound in the back. And another thing is to make sure that you kind of curve your eyelashes like this, that way it's the shape of your eye and it's easier to stick on, and one side isn't going this way and lifting up and the other side isn't sticking down. And then you just stick it on top of your eyelash like this, and make sure you stick it upwards, not downward, otherwise your eyelash will be droopy. Just get it as close to the lash line as possible. Voila! Some people like to use tweezers, but I just find I have more control with my own fingers. And then I just push the lash up for now so that it dries up, and then when the glue is basically dry, I like to take my fingers and just pinch my real lashes and my lashes together, and then also kind of take the eyelash itself and push it into my skin. That way when you go like this, it should all be connected to your lash line. There should be no gap. If there is gaps, just keep pushing it into your skin. If you find for whatever reason the lash line looks really messy, then you can take some black eyeliner and then redo the lash line. Oh my god, I keep talking without recording because sometimes my lips look really thin from having so much like powder and foundation here. I like to take a contour shade and kind of just like create a shadow around my lips and this philtrum, and I just kind of use this feather brush, and then it just contours your lips. Like that cool tone shadow you're seeing around my lip is from this here too, but not too much because you don't want to look like you have a mustache. And then I use Vaseline as a dry skin girly because I don't really like using gloss, and this just locks in the moisture of my lip. And then for lip liner, I'm using the very last of my old formulation NYX lip liner because this is literally mauve and it's the perfect shade of mauve, and I have the new formulation but it's slightly too warm tone and I literally hate it. So this is the last of my good pencil. I should save this for my wedding. And then I just tight line my lip. And because I already have Vaseline on there's not really a sharp line, but I don't really like a sharp lip line anyway. Some people like to conceal their lips with concealer, but I don't really think that's necessary. I kind of think it looks better when it's blended. I think when you're focused on too many perfect lines on your face, you kind of just look like somebody drew you. And then I just do a bit of the corners as well and fill it in. And then I use this Peri Pera Ink Mood. I recently got this and I love the shade so much. It's shade 19 in mauve, of course, but I think this mauve pulls slightly warm. But I don't mind it because I think I am neutral. And sometimes what I like to do is I also lip line my outer corner like this. I don't really know how necessary it is, but sometimes I find that foundation like makes this part really white, so when I talk it's like my lips are separated. I don't know, but this is the final look. I think I completely forgot, but you can also do setting spray. This is a fixing spray and it kind of helps lock in your powder and like blend it in. And then this one is Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and this is a classic and basically like hairspray for your makeup. It's so good. And also a trick, if you have kind of textured skin, or also if you just want your makeup to last a really long time, I spray a whole layer of this and let it dry first before I put any makeup on, but on top of my skincare, and then it kind of creates like an even film for your makeup to go on top of, and it just looks really smooth. But I don't need it all the time, and sometimes it can feel a bit heavy. I don't do that all the time, and I don't really use setting spray too much unless I want my makeup to stay perfect. This is the final look. It looks so good. Normally when I do my makeup on camera, it actually kind of turns out worse. If you guys enjoyed the video, then please comment down below what your favorite makeup tip is that you would like to share, or if you want to continue seeing these makeup videos in the future, or if there's anything that you want to know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in my next. Bye!